This morning, 2 children disappeared mysteriously from the vicinity of Welch Lake. The police have found no clues, and it seems as though Billy and Betty Foster have simply vanished into thin air.
You can turn back now, or learn the stuff they don't want you to know. Here are the facts. Belief in UFOs is not restricted to a few lone nuts or sci-fi fans. In fact, around 1/3 of the US population thinks extraterrestrials have made contact with Earth. In a 2007 poll by Scripps Howard and Ohio University, 35% of respondents believed the federal government is hiding knowledge of UFOs and flying saucers, and some believe this otherworldly contact continues today. From internet-based UFO support groups to monthly reports of objects in the sky and mutilated cattle, thousands of people believe that they have been eyewitnesses to one of the biggest cover-ups in human history: the presence of alien beings on Earth. And that's not all. In addition to seeing lights, would-be spaceships, and aliens, some people claim to have been kidnapped, experimented on, and released. So what exactly is alien abduction, and why do so many people believe they've experienced it? Here's where it gets crazy. While descriptions of alien abductions vary, they have several common factors. The abductee is usually alone, and the aliens appear at night or dusk. The abduction is interspersed with periods of unconsciousness. The abductors come in several types. The most prevalent creatures described are called greys, slender, diminutive creatures with large, dark eyes and big heads. Some abductees claim they've encountered other types of aliens, such as reptilians or the so-called Nordics. Typically, these aliens will experiment on the abductees, implant a device within them, or give them a message for Earth. When the abductee is returned to the planet, he or she may find an unusual amount of time has passed. Not all abduction stories follow these guidelines. Consider the Travis Walton case of 1975. While riding home from work in Arizona, Travis and 6 of his friends saw a glowing disc hovering above the forest. Travis left the truck to investigate and claims a blue-green light shot out of the UFO, knocking him unconscious. His friends panicked and fled. 5 days later, Travis awoke on a road 12 miles away from the abduction site. This case is unusual because Travis was with a group of people when the abduction occurred. So what happened? While there is no mainstream scientific acceptance of aliens visiting Earth, much less abducting hapless loners, the idea of otherworldly abduction dates back into prehistory. Before the UFOs of the modern era, people claimed to have been spirited away by fairies, gnomes, angels, or other supernatural creatures. The same rules often applied. The victim was alone, the abduction occurred in the evening, and a strange amount of time passed. Stories like that of Rip Van Winkle, for instance, bear a strong similarity to modern reports of alien abduction. Scientists have found several compelling explanations for abduction stories, including sleep paralysis, hallucinations, temporal lobe epilepsy, and more. And here we arrive at a great conundrum. There is no scientifically accepted evidence of alien abduction, despite an overwhelming mass of reports. To skeptics, this should be expected. They believe the stories are a new iteration of an old phenomenon, clearly attributable to biological, cultural, or environmental factors. However, people who believe in abductions, or believe they themselves have been abducted, think the evidence does exist and has been ignored, stolen, or suppressed. But why? It seems that if aliens really were visiting Earth, it would be one of the most important events in human history, not something they don't want you to know.
Merry Christmas, everyone!